Assalamu alaikum. I'm Ashley Pearson Khan, and I am here to remind you that World Hijab Day on February 1st is just 2 days away. 2 days. We're so excited. We've been planning for so long for this day. Every year, our team comes together and works so hard to get our topics and our theme and our hashtag and then get speakers so that we can host a virtual conference. So we're really hoping that on February 1st, you're going to join us online from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We've got 4 different topics and amazing speakers, so you're not going to want to miss that. So I'm here to remind you to set your alarms, mark it on your calendars in 2 days, okay? So don't forget. And I also wanted to remind you why we do what we do. So I recently watched a video that World Hijab Day came across. It's really hard to talk about these things, these acts of discrimination that we see, especially when we have to step out of our houses in our own hijab and potentially have to defend ourselves. But there was a young girl, she was at her locker at school and was confronted by a young man, and he ended up physically assaulting her. He threw her to the ground. And this was happening on January 25th of this year, just 5 days ago. And that is one of the reasons, that is just one of the many examples of why we do what we do. We hear stories like this all the time. And oftentimes there's video evidence, there's photos, things like that. And these are happening around the world. This took place in the US. And it wasn't just a few months ago, maybe a month or two ago, an imam in New Jersey was shot outside the masjid and he later died from his wounds. It's constant. And oftentimes one incident will happen, one violent event, and it just has this domino effect, this snowball effect, and more continue happening. And that's why World Hijab Day exists, because we strive to help women feel safe in a variety of ways. So we want to educate people about the hijab and about Islam and why we're wearing the hijab. Because there's a lot of people out there who fear Muslims, and there's no reason to, right? A lot of people say that they're afraid of Muslims, but I think in this day and age, it's the other way around. There are so many Muslims living in fear. So over the years, we've gotten questions about World Hijab Day. Oh, things, when things get better, what will you do then? Because we are constantly striving to educate people, and maybe someday there will be change. Maybe someday there won't be a hijab ban in France. But there's always going to be people with misconceptions, and that's what we try to clear up, our misconceptions through education and awareness. We're trying to bring awareness that our hijab is important to us, and it's not harming anyone else. That's why World Hijab Day is still here. That's why we keep going every year. Throughout the entire year, we have programs. And we can't put those programs on without your support. And there's so many different things that people do for us. So there's a lot of people who volunteer, for example. We have so many ambassadors around the world. And because of them, we can have a big reach. Social media helps us have a large reach. And we can put on programs in person around the world. We can have events online. But we are a nonprofit organization. So I do ask that if you are watching this, not only will you take in consideration making a donation to World Hijab Day, but you also share this with a friend. Maybe somebody who needs some encouragement about hijab, or somebody who doesn't know anything about hijab. Please share this video. We are asking for your help by donating one of the amounts on our website. So we actually have teamed up with LaunchGood. So the link is launchgood.com/WHD24. And we are currently raising $5,000. Now I was going to check and see where we're at today and see how far we've come. So this just began and we're doing really well, alhamdulillah. And LaunchGood has actually said if we raise the $5,000, they're going to match it. So we have raised $488. So we're almost at the $500 mark. If somebody can get us to that $500 mark, that would be amazing. So there are different levels of donating. So for example, $10 will help reach 2,000 people. Can you imagine just $10 reaching 2,000 people? $25 will help reach 5,000 people. $50, 10,000 people. 10,000 people. And then $100 will reach 20,000 people. And 3 people have already donated $100. SubhanAllah. So even as much as $10 has such a huge reach. And that helps us, we can help boost our socials because unfortunately the algorithm is not always exactly friendly towards Muslims. We get bogged down by other things. We don't, people won't see our content. So we do have to constantly try to even have a reach on social media. But we want to have various programs throughout the year that will help people. Even self-defense class for women, because unfortunately, sometimes that is something that is needed. I've seen a lot of people attacked, unfortunately, in Canada for wearing hijab. It's often women because we're all, visibly Muslim. But unfortunately, I've seen a lot of imams attacked as well. So World Hijab Day is constantly working towards, a better and safer world for Muslims, and we need your support. So I hope that we can count on you, and I hope that you'll join us on World Hijab Day. We want you to be part of it, and don't worry, if you missed the live program, it will still be online for you to watch later, but I hope that you can catch some of the live sessions happening from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time on all of our socials. You'll see us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, so make sure you're following us everywhere. Set your alarms, and we appreciate your support. I'll see you guys tomorrow as well. Assalamu alaikum.